How's it going, everybody? It's the Plastic Daddy Steve Rance here, and we're going to be doing some more toy hunting today. This is actually across 2 days, because on the way home from running some errands, we decided to stop at Ollies and take a look to see what's going on. And yeah, nothing in particular we're looking for, but I decided to go to Ollies because in their flyer they said that they were getting some more of the Marvel Legends in, and they were highlighting some other toys they were getting in. In the flyer, it was nothing I was super interested in, but I figured it was worth taking a look to see what they had. But of course, we always got to stop and take a look at the graphic novels. You never know what you're going to find. They actually had the deluxe edition of the first book of Fables, which is a comic series back when I was reading comics on a regular basis that I really enjoyed, so cool to see. Alright, so this is what they had over their toy display, and it was a pretty wide variety of stuff. Now, none of this was anything I was super interested in. I did think this little Game of Thrones Mega Constructs was kind of cool. I remember seeing that in stores when it was like a current product. They had some more of those tiny little aliens, Loyal Subjects figures left over. Some of these like small chibi kind of Star Wars stuff, and that Marvel Legends Luke Cage 2-pack. But of course, they still had the massive wall of Rey Kenner figures. I just am staggered by the amount of figures, all the same one. So nothing at Ollies, which isn't a surprise. I mean, I know the flyer went out today and said new stuff was coming in. All of the stuff in the flyer was there, and really just kind of that was it. It was the stuff on the flyer and then nothing extra. So it was like the Luke Cage 2-pack, that Hulk Avengers thing, and that was it. Everything else that was there toy-wise was the same stuff that was there a couple weeks ago when I was at that Ollies, but that's okay. Tomorrow, hitting up another Ollies, just out of pure curiosity, see what they have, but gonna go to a bunch of Targets and see what maybe we can find there. Nothing particular that I'm looking for, which is kind of nice. Obviously, I'm still trying to find a Chase Macho Man, and I don't think I'm going to find one. So it'll just be kind of a benefit to just go out and see what's there, and maybe look at some Star Wars stuff, look at some other stuff, and just, you know, kind of maybe think outside the box instead of just going with the intention to only find and only pick up wrestling toys. So yeah, we'll be back at it tomorrow. So now we are off to the first Target of the day. This one is probably the one that's farthest away from my home, and I have some luck there from time to time. They had the Legends Bam Bam Bigelow, some Ultimate Ric Flairs, a bunch of basics. They had one AEW figure, a Santana, which was, you know, at least it's something nice to see, but pretty much the same old, lots of Roman Reigns, lots of Drew McIntyres. I honestly don't know why I'm focused so much on those Baby Yodas. I think I was actually just looking at something else and dip the phone down. But yeah, a lot of the Masters of the Universe Revelation stuff, like the bigger stuff, not so much the individual figures. I actually finally come across them for the first time later on this day, but nothing there. And these Ghostbusters figures, I had not seen these before. They were kind of cool, kind of cartoonish looking. You know, Ghostbusters was coming back in a big way with the new movie coming out. They're re-releasing some of the real Ghostbusters stuff. But this Winston, I mean, that looked about as much as Winston as I did. More of the Shang-Chi stuff that's flooding stores. And then these Power Rangers Lightning Collection. It's something I want to get into. I don't know much about it, and I talk about it a little bit later on. I'm looking for kind of like the stuff from my childhood, so like, you know, season 1 of Power Rangers. So if I come across any of that stuff, that'll be kind of cool to see. They had some 2-packs down there, which is always nice. And then this Cobra Commander, I've never seen this before. I'm not a massive G.I. Joe fan, but I thought the figure looked neat. You know, he was kind of in like a more like dressy, formal military uniform, and just, yeah, kind of cool. I don't know if this is based on a cartoon that I haven't seen, or maybe the comic books or something like that, but it was nice to see. Their DC section was pretty well stocked here, at least for Targets in my area. They had, you know, at least not just all of the pegs having the same figure, which is nice to see. And this really cool kind of cartoonish stylized Batman I thought was really neat looking. I would have picked it up, but I just didn't know what the rest of the day was going to hold, so I didn't want to grab it and then, you know, find something I really wanted later on and not be able to get it. And this Thrust, you know, these Transformers figures, man, they are getting super detailed, super cool looking. Over in the kind of the video game section, I guess you could say, this Mario Skyship was so awesome. I'm a huge Mario 3 fan, and those iconic Skyship levels in there. These Mario playsets are getting pretty neat. These Sonic figures, I don't know if they are new, but I had never seen these before. They had a bunch of the Sonics, the Mecha Sonic, and the Robotnik Eggman figure. I thought they were pretty neat. Definitely a wider variety of the Super Mario figures. We don't get a lot of those. And honestly, a lot of times we don't even get Mario. It's just kind of like tertiary, ancillary characters. So it was nice to see like an actual Mario there. There was a Mario Odyssey Mario as it came with Cappy. And this Dr. Eggman, it was too good to pass up. That had to come home with me. I really loved the look of it. And this is a series I'll be on the lookout for. Over in the NECA section, better stock than usual. A nice variety of figures. The Trick or Treat Sam I thought was pretty cool. Seeing the Karate Kid stuff start coming back. Of course, lots of the Back to the Future stuff, King Kong stuff. The Conjuring 2 figure is new. We haven't seen that before. They had that Bob Ross figure there. Lots of Gremlin stuff, of course. And those T-1000 Terminator 2 figures are starting to creep back into stores. I'm starting to see those on a more regular basis. I really, really like the look of this figure. I think they did a super nice job. I am a fan of the Conjuring movies, but again, it just wasn't necessarily going to fit into the budget for the day, just in case I find something better. And the Ghostface figure, it's the first time I've seen that in person, really digging it. And now I guess we could say that Target kind of has a Super 7 section, which is awesome. It's the same stuff I'm used to seeing, nothing new, nothing out of the ordinary, but really nice to see. And some more of the McFarlane video game related stuff, Spawn related stuff over there to take a look at. Some Mego figures, which are always nice to see. And yeah, just a pretty well stocked, at least for us, Target of the day. Alright, so first Target of the day is down, and they had a pretty decent variety of stuff. I mean, a lot of the shelves are empty, as you saw, but honestly, that's better than it usually is. They had a couple of Bam Bams there in the wrestling section. I'm just looking for Macho Man at this point. Yeah, kind of surprised the DC stuff. Don't really see that much stuff on the shelves. The Power Ranger stuff, I'm looking for like the original Power Rangers Lightning Collection stuff, which I don't even know if that's current. I don't keep up with that stuff. It's just something I'd like to have if I find it. So I was surprised to see that. NECA section definitely more stocked than usual. The new Conjuring 2 figure was cool to see. The new Scream figure was cool to see. Yeah, kind of off to a good start. Only thing I picked up was that Eggman, Dr. Robotnik. Yeah, grab that guy. Always can use more video game related stuff for the collection. I have an entire display case that's nothing but video game stuff. And I just picked up, not too long ago, a little Sonic and a little Knuckles, so the Eggman will fit in nicely. I think we're off to Walmart next, and yeah, the hunt continues today. And now we're off to Walmart. This is a Walmart I haven't been to in probably close to a year. I never get over here, and you can kind of see why. Pretty much nothing going for it. The shelves were pretty bare. The Skeletor and the He-Mans that you typically see. One lonely Halo figure hanging out. Just nothing really going for it. And unfortunately, the NECA section was kind of, same story, different song. But again, nice to see those T-1000 figures creeping back up. Now, this is at the next Target we drove to, and this is the most AEW figures I've ever seen in one place. And I was so excited to see all these, and it pretty much became a game of, okay, how much do I feel like spending, and which ones am I going to get? The Jericho was really nice to see. Yeah, I have not seen any of those figures at all in a store. In a pretty well-stocked WWE section, and of course, it's the current elites, the Murphys, the Romans, the Drew McIntyres, but really, the star of the show in this aisle was seeing these AEW figures. I had actually, in that last Walmart we were at, I ran into an old friend, and he was talking about how down where he lives in New York City, he has not seen a single AEW figure anywhere, and I wish I had his number still, because I would have told him, hey man, just drive 10 minutes away, and you're going to see a bunch. And this was the first time I had seen these Revelation figures, the singular figures, not just the 2-packs. Seeing the Skeletor and seeing the Skelegod was really nice. Those figures are so cool. The Moss Man was great. I probably would have grabbed a Skeletor if they had a He-Man to go along with it. I kind of would like to have the set, and You know, it's one of those things where I want to get them in both shots, in one shot, because around here, you never know if you're going to find both at the same time. I don't want to get one and then never see the other. So more of these Power Rangers. I believe that's the Power Rangers Zeo figures. Don't quote me on that. I stopped watching Power Rangers after kind of the first season of things. I never kept up with anything. This Robin King figure I had never seen before. I thought that was super cool. A fairly, you know, wide variety of the DC Multiverse figures. Some more of these Mario figures, just kind of looking to see what they have. I always got to stop and look at video game stuff. I think I've mentioned it a few times before, but I really enjoy collecting video game related merchandise, memorabilia, and toys rather than just collecting video games themselves. Here's the NECA section of that Target, and you can see that we found some pretty good stuff here. The brand new Friday the 13th Part 7, the New Blood figure, and I'm knocking stuff over because I'm just so excited to see it. I couldn't believe I was going to find it this fast. I thought maybe I would have to get it online. Of course, this one was coming home with me. I have an entire section of my toy display dedicated to just Friday the 13th, and my wife found this Toonie Terrors Quint versus the Shark Jaw set. She pointed it out to me. And I was like, of course that's coming home. There's no way we're going to get rid of that. I actually just recently sold my older NECA Jaw set. I used the money to pay for some other toys that I was very eager to add to my collection. And also seeing that Friday the 13th, the final chapter figure, one of the ones that's kind of eluded me. So I grabbed that one as well. And again, the McFarlane section, you know, their video game related stuff. We're at the final Target of our day, I believe. And yeah, just the same old, seeing the Jeff Hardy, seeing the Sheamus. I actually really like that Sheamus figure. And I have to imagine at some point I'm going to add a Sheamus to my collection because I have been a fan of his for so long. I really enjoy his work in the ring. And not quite sure which one to get, but that one's a strong contender. And these UFC figures, I've not seen these in a Target around here. They had Francis Ngannou, Amanda Nunes, and Uriah Faber. And these Charizards, these Jazzwares Charizards, I've seen them online, never seen them in person. They didn't have a price tag, and I was already kind of spending quite a bit of money, so I didn't want to worry about it, but I get the feeling that maybe they'll pop up again. Also nice to see some Halo stuff. Not the biggest Halo fan in the world, but just nice to see it. These Apex figures, I've never seen these ones in particular. I've always seen other characters. That Pathfinder one is just so awesome. It comes with the boxing gloves. And this was kind of just their random grab bag of Power Rangers, G.I. Joes, more of those Cobra Commanders, seeing that Flint in there. So yeah, it was nice to see some variety, and they had a bunch of these King Sphinx Lightning Collection figures, so yeah, nice to see something a little bit different than what we're used to. And this Grimlock was awesome looking, based on Transformers the movie. Really cool to see that, and a very well stocked kind of Batman DC multiverse. There's that Robin King figure again. Just super cool to see some stores in my area getting toys and actually seeing them on the pegs when you get there. And this is just the Super 7 section at this Target. A little bit more variety than the other ones. Plenty of these Aliens figures, different characters. Still just a Red Ranger, Green Ranger. Haven't seen a Megazord or a Rita Repulsa, but they had Bebop and Rocksteady. Always nice to see there. I know people are probably still looking for the Bebop and Rocksteady NECA 2-pack, and I just kind of happened to luck into one. And then this weird Dexter figure that looks like a Super 7 reaction, but isn't. Man, we had a hell of a day. Actually ran into some like really well-stocked stores. I was very pleasantly surprised. The filming kind of got a little wonky, so I apologize. I got as much as I could. You know, I guess I kind of got to laugh. You know, everybody lives different places, but you know, I watch other people that do the same thing, you know, go out and film themselves going to Targets, Walmarts, all that stuff, and their aisles are always like completely empty and their stores look completely dead. Maybe they're going right before close, maybe they're going early in the morning, who knows. But I mean, the stores were just mobbed today. That last Target I was at, you could barely move in there. So I tried to get it filmed what I could, you know, throughout the day, but it was tough. And then the one Walmart we went to, I actually ended up running into somebody I haven't seen in several years that moved away. So I ended up talking to them, and you know, I filmed a little bit. The shelves were pretty much bare, and we didn't find anything. But yeah, I really surprised to see just the variety of stuff. The one Target that we went to that was like completely stocked with AEW stuff, like that's the first time I've seen that many AEW figures in person. we didn't see much in terms of the Legends figures. I ran across a couple of Bam Bams today. I don't think I saw any Scott Halls. Didn't see any Big John Studs. Certainly didn't see any Macho Mans. But yeah, came away with some good stuff. Unfortunately, I don't really have the ability to grab it. It's all in the back seat here. So in the next pickups video, I'll go over everything. But grabbed a couple of the AEW figures, grabbed some NECA stuff. Yeah, it was a good day. A little bit of an expensive day, and it's just been fun getting out there and driving around. We've been gone. I think I'm filming this. It's a little bit after 2 p.m. We left the house at 10, and we hit up 3 Targets, hit up a Walmart. I'm in the parking lot of Ollies right now. They didn't have anything, so nothing to show. It was just the Ollies I was at 2 weeks ago, and it's pretty much the exact same stuff they had that time. So it's a nice change of pace. It's nice to go out and not just see empty shelves, and to be able to find stuff and to just be excited about just seeing toys, even if it's something I'm not super interested in buying and owning. It's just nice to see stocked shelves, because that is becoming a rarity, especially around here. And it seems like it's all over the place. I follow quite a few people on Twitter that go out and do fig hunting daily, if not weekly, or I'll strike that, reverse it, weekly if not daily. And it's a crapshoot. You're either going to get completely empty shelves, or you're going to hit the jackpot. I saw somebody post a picture just 30 minutes ago from when I'm filming this, and it looked like their Walmart had 60 AEW figures from all different series. So you really know what you're never going to find. And honestly, that's kind of part of the fun, isn't it? It's getting out there, and it's, for me, I work at home, and still so many things are still locked down around where I live that this is my chance to get out of the house, get some fresh air, besides just standing around in my backyard or in my neighborhood, and get out and do something. And it's fun. Today was a fun day getting some cool stuff. So yeah. We'll do this again soon, probably in another few weeks. And yeah, just be on the lookout for the next pickups video. Not sure when that's going to come. I got some stuff coming in the mail, so maybe I'll wait for some of that stuff to show up before I do it. But yeah, just go out and go to as many stores as you can. Just get out of the house, stretch your legs, try and find some toys. Maybe stuff is starting to get stocked again all over. Maybe it's not just where I am. So yeah, take it easy, and we'll see you soon.